I should just not put a time. I'm going to come up. Hi, Terry Harden. Welcome to Terry TV. Guys, I am so sorry I'm so late today. It's Monday, and I got really wrapped up in talking to Terry's tribe today because I noticed on social media that during the birthday on Monday, July 17th, a lot of people had a lot of snarky things to say about the celebration. And I want to share with you today the fun you can have if you just try if you just look in the right spots. And I wanted to do this on the public channel. Usually I might keep this exclusively to the tribe, but I thought, hey, I need to shout out to you guys and talk to you guys about Disneyland's birthday and what made it special. The 68th birthday made it super, 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 super special. Okay. And you may notice my voice is a little weird. That's because I have a cold. I tested for COVID, and thank God it's not COVID, but it is a cold. So I'm going to try to speak with you guys, but not speak for 3 hours because it's all, yeah, I got to rest it. I got to take care of it. Exciting day today. It's Monday, and I just wanted to tell you, I'm sorry I missed you Friday. I pulled a very, very long shift on a sculpture piece that I wanted to get done so that I have a small company called TERRI HARDIN Designs in which we do sculptures. You may have seen several of them. Groot, Stitch, they're called impressions. Jiminy Cricket, I do these. Also, I did a set of the Hitchhiking Ghosts. Many cool things, okay? But one of the things that I do before we get into the Disneyland birthday party is I create one-of-a-kinds for you. So if you have always wanted a particular character, but you can't find it on the shelf, maybe because it's someone like Chernabog, where Disney doesn't necessarily always create Chernabog because they feel that doing a demon might off-put some people who just think that's bad to do demons. I don't know why, because Chernabog is such a cool character. But that's why you're not seeing a lot of it in the park, because Disney doesn't like to produce a lot of Chernabogs. Now they may not care, but they didn't before. You may have a character like in Cinderella, you love the fairy godmother, and perhaps you want to give it as a gift to the godparents. If you're having a baby or you're going to be a godparent, you might want to have that, something like that. It could be that you love a character that just isn't getting enough airtime. Surprisingly enough, this character can often be a character like Eeyore, which shocks the heck out of me, guys, that Eeyore is a character that has been greatly neglected in the Pooh line. I mean, I kind of think of Winnie the Pooh as having, main characters. Just give me a second. I'm wrestling with my drawer here. Something is stopping it. There we go. Thank you. I'm sitting at my table in my studio, and all of a sudden I have this horrible hangnail. I mean, you're here on Terry TV. You're gonna get the raw, authentic self, which is me. Meaning, when I feel a hangnail, I'm gonna cut it off. Oh, that feels so much better. Wow, that was a painful one. Okay, good. All right. Don't need to show it to you. I just needed to get it off of my hand because it was distracting me. All right. So before I go into the birthday, I just want to say that I do these one-of-a-kind pieces. All you do is you reach out to me. You say you want one done. We talk about your budget and whether or not I can do it for you. It becomes exclusively yours, but it doesn't mean, for example, that it's exclusively yours and that, it's exclusively yours in that pose. So let me just see if I can find an example for you very quickly. Boop, boop, let's touch that. Let me see if I can find it. The one I wanted to show you. Looks like it's not going to show me the one I wanted to show you. Let's see. Let's look and see if I can find it. Disney. Let's see if it's there. No. It's funny because, you think you have it isolated, and then, of course, you can't find what you're talking about. Oh, well. I will show you this one. It's in wax, but you'll get the idea. This is Mickey and Minnie in Love. It was a cake topper. And the woman who loves Mickey and Minnie Mouse had thousands of Minnie and Mickeys, but they didn't look in love to her. So we did this for their wedding cake topper because they both met at Disneyland. He proposed in front of the castle at Disneyland. So here is Mickey proposing to Minnie. And you'll notice that she's not sure he means it. She's wearing, you get to pick the dress. So she chose the dress that Minnie was going to be wearing with the little roses on it. You'll notice the feet of Minnie, they're crossed over. This is, and the hand to her chest. This is because she doesn't know if if Mickey means it this time. So she's a little trepidatious, which is why her hands are just a couple fingers on his. But you can tell by the determined look of Mickey that he does mean what he's going to say, and he's actually going to propose to her. So this is the sculpture that she wanted, and I did it exclusively for her. This will never be reproduced. I can do other Mickey and Minnie things, but that will never be reproduced. Yeah. So what else can I tell you? It doesn't have to be Mickey and Minnie. I've done this one. This one is a nativity. So I'll show you this one. This one is in the hands of the Father. This is celebrating Joseph. I don't often get to see paintings that celebrate Joseph. I think he gets kind of a bad rap. But this is very lovely. Mary is resting while Joseph holds the baby Jesus. And I absolutely love it. I'm wondering if there's a painting. Here's the painting. And someone commissioned me to do the sculptures. So there you go. And then this is a one-of-a-kind Groot planter. So that went to a friend of mine. And that is, so, it just is about, you got something one of a kind you want me to do, you can reach out to me and I will sculpt it for you. It doesn't have to be Disney. But so why am I telling you this? Because I had a piece called A Day at Disneyland featuring Jessica Rabbit. And I have, this client has been so sweet and so patient. He's been waiting for it for quite some time. And I wanted to get it finished and get it over to him. So I did a couple of days of crunch. And then Friday I was shot. There just wasn't anything left of me. And so I had to rest. My husband said, I'm sorry, you're going to rest. You're not going to broadcast. And so, on Fridays, we usually have something, flashback Fridays for you to watch, something cool and fun to watch. If you're someone who's contemplating doing a YouTube channel, doing a Instagram story or whatever, understand I'm 66. So at 66, I've been doing this for about 4 years. And I know I have at least a handful of people who have subscribed. Please subscribe if you like to. But I'm a very eclectic person. It's basically just getting inside my head, and that can be a scary place. But we'd love to have you subscribe if you'd like to. I'd also love it if you join the tribe. The tribe is a very, very special place. And you can go here for $5 a month. You can be a part of the tribe. We do a Zoom call every week except for this week and probably not next week because I've got stuff going on. My parents, my dad's in the hospital, stuff like that. I've got to focus on that. I've got to focus on a lot of stuff, but that's one of the things I've got to focus on. So, but I try my best to at least get something out there for you. And if I can do a Zoom call, I will. But I don't, what I'm trying to say is you just try to be as consistent as possible. You may not be perfect. Nobody is, but try to be as consistent as possible. And, when you come on like I do, you can tell that my authenticity is sometimes Mondays are very weird. So a lot of times I can be a little bit late. It doesn't even matter if I move the time back so I can be on time for you guys. I still mess that up sometimes, like today, major. And the reason was because I was having a couple of glitches with my system. And that's another thing is I just expect it to work, and then when I get in and it doesn't work, you're like, what did I do wrong? So you got to remain calm, make sure everything's set up, everything's working well, and does what you want it to do, basically. So this is the situation with it. And so I just want you to know if you're going to do a YouTube channel, if you always thought of doing one, go for it. Just go for it. If you Google me on, I think it's Facebook. I don't think it's on YouTube. It's on Facebook. Years ago, I just turned it on. I just hit live, and I couldn't even get the camera to be straight. I had to tell people in that video to turn it, and then I had to ask you if I was even on, because I didn't know where to look, where to read. I was completely, full of jibbity bits, So don't be nervous. Just go and do it. And the more you do it, the warmer you're going to be. And just be your authentic self. My authentic self is, I don't really want to be an interviewer and interview other people, although sometimes I will. But there's people out there that do that very, very well, and that you can watch and you can support and you can follow. Me, it's just, you can ask me a question. I'll answer it if I can. On the tribe, I talk about stuff more intimate, more detailed, because it's behind a wall. A lot of times when you kind of speak certain things on your mind in a public channel, you can get hit for it a lot. I'm not saying that there should be fear-based, but having a private page where people can kind of let their hair down and kind of ask the questions they want to ask me without fear, it's really a good thing. And then we help each other to move forward. But this is the group that we had that helped us with the party. So the party, Happy Birthday Disneyland party, was absolutely off the chain. And I want to share with you why. So if you were someone who couldn't go to Disneyland's birthday, but you followed along on a YouTube, you looked at some of the YouTube channels and you looked at some of the social media, and they were like, Disney, Disney, which I'm not saying that sometimes I don't do, because I do. Disney, okay? Disney is, and I was telling the tribe this today, Disney is a force to be reckoned with. They are a magical force, even when they do wrong, and they've been doing a lot of wrong lately. They still have their big, huge influencers. Let me say that right. It's Monday, and my nose is a little stuffed up. Huge influencers. What does that mean? Well, a reporter, and I quote, said, "When Disney sneezes, everyone catches a cold." So that statement right there tells you it's a huge, it's the big dog on campus, the BDOC, the big dog on campus, and they're still the big dog, even when they do things wrong. And the birthday was something that they just seem to not do much. And you probably heard about it and read about it on social media, how the cavalcade was like 2 or 3 minutes long and a cake, and Mickey sort of went, "Yeah, guys," or whatever. One of the things that was a little frustrating for all of us Disneyites, people who love Disney, and I've been a Disney Imagineer for a very long time. I'm known as the come here, get away, Imagineer. I'll explain that another time. But the point is, you go to the park. We're used to seeing people celebrate the birthday, and it doesn't matter which year. I mean, they have their iconic years. You're 55 years, you're 60 years, you're 65 years, and we're coming up on 70 years. Not next year, but the year after that will be 70 years, Disney's 70th. And I hope they do something cool. But usually they at least come out with a pin for cast members to wear, a special cast member pin celebrating the birthday. And they usually have one pin to celebrate the birthday that you can buy. Doesn't matter the year. I've got like a 64th and a 63rd. But this year they didn't do that. They did a box that you could buy. And I don't even know. It might have been a special commemorative edition that celebrated the 100th on the birthday. Can't be sure. But it was a box, and it wasn't inexpensive. Yet there was a huge line waiting to buy it because they wanted it, and or wanted to sell it for way more on eBay. So the point is that it was kind of sad when you looked at it. If you were coming in, many cast members didn't know it was the birthday, which is seriously sad. But if you go for rope drop, and that is usually the only time I will go for rope drop, which means you go first thing in the morning, and then you wait for the rope to drop and you run to your favorite ride. Usually most people go to Galaxy's Edge, because Galaxy's Edge is terrible during the summertime because no one planted a tree that really works. A desert planet in a sunny climate it's like really nuts, but I digress. They usually go over there and get in line for Rise of the Resistance, which is very smart. But along the way to the rope, there are cast members on either side with Mickey Mouse hands. And the tradition is to high five the hand, say, "Happy birthday," or "Happy birthday, Disneyland." Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. It's really fun. But if you look at each side and go, why are they flanking us? I don't understand why all these cast members are out with Mickey Mouse hands with their hands out, because you don't know about the birthday. And nobody seems to want to tell you. It's kind of sad. Yeah. But if you're like Terri Hardin, that would be me, and you go every year and you tell people every year you're going to be at Coke Corner. I like Coke Corner. Coke Corner is centrally located. People go past it all the time. They can look and see the beautiful, brightly colored umbrellas as they cross from Fantasyland or Frontierland to Tomorrowland and go, oh yeah. Terri said she was going to be at Coke Corner. I've been there for years, except for pandemic year, of course. And a lot of people love the Jolly Holiday restaurant. And so if they don't remember I'm there, they'll go to the Jolly Holiday. They'll look over, oh my gosh, Terri said she was going to be there. Let's go visit. So I always tell people I'm there so you can shake hands with me, take a picture with me if you so choose, or just say hello and listen to my stories. Okay. That's how it works. I've done it every single year. This year was off the chain. This year, it's like, people wanted to be together. People not only came to see me, Imagineers, legends, and ambassadors came to see me, but they stayed. So we had a party going on right now. Anyway, a lot of people getting together and having a lot of fun. And it just went from the time I sat down with about 4 people till it really started rocking. And then it was tons and tons and tons of people. So let me share with you this very exciting event, because you're going to see how fun it was. So basically, you got to know what makes the birthday special. Okay, as I look to find my my page. There's my page. Yay, my page. Woohoo. I don't know why that's in front. That is so weird. But anyway, I'm going to move it over here. There we go. I have no idea why that did that. That is just so weird. All right. Okay, there it is. It's still there. Okay. All right, cool. Cool. All right. Okay, so let me start out by telling you that the birthday sort of started for many of us the Sunday before, the 16th. Why? Because in the tribe, we have special members in the tribe. Well, they're all special. Everyone in the tribe is cool. But what you can do in the tribe, Terri's tribe, patreon.com/Terri Hardin. Okay, let me show it to you one more time so that you guys don't forget. $5 a month gives you this great community where people chat and talk and share. So at that point, dear Jamie, one of tribe members, let us know that her daughter was going to graduate Air Force basic training. And that on that Sunday, the 16th, she was going to be there for the flag ceremony. So that's where it started. We started it out with the flag ceremony to do this. And this is what we do for each other. Okay. This is what we do for each other. If you are feeling an empty space in your heart because you're not feeling the joy of either celebrating Disney or something cool to you, the tribe is about all things fun. Lego with some people, like my friends Naomi and Joe. Both of them are very Lego based. I love Lego myself. We talk about Lego. There are people who love the theater. My friend Leo and Darren. They love theater and they share with us. It's everything, guys. If you go to a garden and you share a beautiful garden, or you go hiking amongst the Monument Valley and you share that, we share everything. We support everybody. And we also talk about how you can make a living doing what you love. It's 1,000,001 fun things for just $5 a month. Okay. So I invited the tribe to join me at Coke Corner, and many of them did. But Jamie said, anyone who could come out Sunday and celebrate my daughter's graduation, this milestone in my daughter's life, I would like you to come to the flag ceremony. Now, if you've never been to Disneyland, or you have, and you just didn't know what the flag ceremony is because not everyone tells you. They like tell you 10 minutes before, you know, boy, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, whatever the announcement is, in about 10 minutes, we are going to, in Times Square, do the, whatever flag ceremony, and it's an announcement, and you're probably wrestling with your kids or you're trying to get a frozen banana or whatever, and so you might not hear it. But let me tell you, always happens at 4:30 every day at Disneyland, rain or shine, Monday through Sunday, Sunday through Sunday, 7 days a week. It always happens. So I was going down there anyway. It's a bit of a drive for me to go, but I went down there and I made sure I was there for the ceremony. So here is a picture. I'm going to start showing you the fun stuff. All right. Here's a picture. Terry's tribe member, Tamara Humes, she gave all of us these patriotic fans to wave, and she crochets like a fiend. So she gave me this cute little Pinocchio. Isn't that amazing? I mean, the people that are in this group are phenomenal. Now, you don't have to be talented, or you just want to wish you were, or you just want to be with people. You want some of that to rub off on you. I don't care why you join. You just join because you want joy. I say the joy is in joining. I'm not kidding. And then participating, whatever way you want to. But here I'm at the flag ceremony because I wanted to honor Jamie's daughter. Here I am with my friend from Vegas. Sunday became sort of a food tour. One of the tribe members, Evan, works at a restaurant in California Venture, and I wanted to go to Evan's restaurant. That's what I call it, Evan Hunter's restaurant. And it's actually the Magic Key Club, Magic Key Terrace upstairs. Never been. It was wonderful. The seats are marvelous. Everyone can talk to each other. It's a great place. This is Judy, also tribe member. So we all met. We were all getting ready to celebrate Jamie. Okay, so here's a very special picture. This is the flag ceremony on Sunday the 16th. And so, oh my gosh, if you have not done this, if you're a veteran, you must go. If you are related to a veteran, you must go. You must check this out. It is phenomenal. But they all warn you'll get emotional. Veteran and veteran relatives and non-veterans alike will get emotional. And I didn't think I would. But I want to show you this picture so you can see they have a group. They play music, and they do the with the drummer, and you just see how into it every cast member is. It's an honor. The conductor, very proud. It's very beautiful as we celebrate our military. Those of us who fight for us to be free. Okay? So this is about as political as I'm going to get. But it's very important because this flag ceremony, I'm telling you, if you want to honor someone special, take them here, especially if they're a vet. So what they do is the cast members go around because people get there early, especially veterans, always punctual veterans, yeah. And they walk around and they ask you, if you're a veteran, would you like to participate in the flag ceremony? And then very quickly, like a huge synopsis, they collate oldest to youngest. Okay. Now, the first thing they do when they start the ceremony is they start to announce they talk about the flag ceremony. You're here, we're going to lower the flag. But before we do, we're going to honor our veterans. And they talk about each branch of the military, Army, Marines, Navy, Air Force, et cetera, yes. And when they announce your branch that you are a veteran of, you and your family, if they want, can step forward and make this circle. Now, I'm showing you only a part of the circle, not the whole circle. I got to save you something to go do for yourself, right? But this is a very special picture because this young lady right here, wearing Air Force mouse ears her mother bought for her, Jamie, is standing next to another gentleman. Now, what they do is they go from oldest to youngest in each branch, okay, of the military. The youngest person before this amazing girl is over 50. This is the picture that I wanted to take. This is the picture that got me emotional. She is 19. 19 years old. And it was, see, there it goes again. It was so magical to see a young person dedicate their lives to the military, it's something she's always wanted to do, always dreamt of, and she's so excited to be going on to her next journey. So you have someone standing next to her. Most veterans standing next to her had done their service, were had created their memories, good and bad. The memories were there, good and bad. But here is a young, fresh, beautiful young woman ready to do her part in the military. And it got me. It just, like an arrow to the chest, it just got me. So I was very honored to be there on Sunday. It was really, really lovely. But I had to remember that I should rest because I was going to be on, like this on for the whole day at the birthday. But I'm really, really grateful that we were able to do this. And many people joined her. Many of the tribe were there to celebrate her. Now, then Disneyland's birthday, and one of the tribe members took this. I can't even tell you who because they're so diligent. I asked them to post on our special page. The tribe has a closed group called Terry's Tribe. Oh, there you go. Terry's Tribe is the Patreon page. Well, Terry Hardin, but patreon.com/Terry Hardin, but it's called Terry's Tribe. So it has this private page, and I asked them to post because many of the tribe couldn't make it. They were out of town. They were long distance. And then one of our dear, dear, dear tribe members flew all the way in from back east to go to the birthday and got COVID before he could even walk through the gates. I mean, it was such a heartbreaker. It was so sad. So I called him often and everybody wished him well so that he could be a part of it. And then everybody recorded the parade, recorded some events, recorded some cool things, sent pictures, put pictures up so he could be as much as a part as others who couldn't make it could be as much as this as possible. So let me set the stage for you. Had you come to Coke Corner, this is what you were going to get to see, right? Super exciting, super fun. This is tribe member Robert Anderson, and he had to hunt for it, but he found a celebrating 60 years of magic balloon to pose with. I didn't even get to see that. But it was incredible. It was fun. It was exciting. There he is posing with the balloon. And I really enjoyed seeing him. I thought he modeled it well. But it was tucked in somebody's cart or carrier, cast member. This is how many cast members. There were cast members who didn't know what this meant and cast members who did, but were like, why didn't we get a pin or anything celebratory? I guess they got free burgers or something. But it was a weird kind of thing. And so we, if you enjoy celebrating certain things, you bring your own fun. And the tribe, that's what they do. They bring their own fun. Here I am posing with a thing that was a big deal for everyone. This is the Disney Mickey birthday donut for 68 Years of Magic. There it is up close for you to see. We posted this immediately on a public page so that people coming could know that they could get it at the Jolly Holiday restaurant. You couldn't mobile order it because they're made fresh right when you order it. They make them. And here I'm at rope drop. So it's very early. You can see that there's people still kind of tidying up and cleaning and stuff very, very early. And I'm sitting there and the guy who we got a very special experience, which was we met the guy who makes these donuts. He popped out. He was taking a breather. He was on break and he walked over and saw we had one already. And he said, hey, I'm the one who making these donuts. And he had already made like 200 by 9:00. He said, I'm just dying. I don't, and we said, are they going to sell out? And he's like, I don't know. I'm going to go until I can't go anymore. And he was making these donuts. So this is what was really super cute about the whole event. I've got to be honest with you. I'm not a maraschino cherry person, and it's very sweet. I'm a sour person. I really love sour. So I bought one so people could see it before they bought it because it was like a $6 or $7 donut. I mean, seriously, So, but it's Disney. You kind of expect that. But they could come over, take a look and go, oh, it's so cute. and say hi to you or whatever, and then they would run and go order their donut. So we helped Jolly Holiday out, and we helped you out if you came and didn't know about the donut. We told you about the donut. This is Stephanie Fix, tribe member. She's a very good friend of mine. She actually was kind enough to take me to the park and chauffeur me around a little bit because I was tired from Sunday, but not enough to not be on. And here we are celebrating them together. She ate hers, by the way. How many of you know this fella? You should. If you don't, you should. This is Oscar Martinez. Oscar Martinez started, I think, around 1950 something in the park, and then he celebrated 50 years of being there, and then he retired. He was always an entity at Carnation Cafe on Main Street, always someone you wanted to visit with. He was the top chef. Top chef, top chef, top chef. Amazing man. If you've not ever met him, you yeah, here we go. I've got that. Okay, people are like, anyway. It was an exciting experience for him. I invited Imagineers, legends, etc. This is one legend. And he came to say hello. And he sadly told me that his wife, which we're posing here together with, this is his lovely wife. And his wife told me that they had taken down the picture in Carnation because I said, Oscar, you want to go look at Carnation and say hi to your friends? He says, I don't have many friends there. They don't remember who I am. And I was like, what? Well, the reason is because they took his picture down and they, get this, guys, they threw it in the trash. What is up with that? So he no longer has a picture incarnation celebrating the many, many, many years he brought joy to fans. And if you've been to Disneyland, you recognize this fella. He was such a joy to say hello to when he was out and about shaking hands and saying hello to all the people at Carnation Cafe. So he never stood behind. He always came out and shook hands and said hello to everybody until his retirement. So it was just exciting, but he kind of felt like everyone had forgotten him. In the next pictures, I'm going to show you that he was a little delusional because people did not forget him. Again, Robert's sitting next to him. So I set up a couple of chairs. Here we are at Coke Corner. I set up a couple of chairs and one empty chair next to Oscar, and then you sat with Oscar and got your picture taken. He must have taken over 50 pictures. And I finally leaned over and said to him, if this is not being remembered, then you maybe should keep your secret. But here we are. And the woman kissing Evan is Ambassador Connie Lane. She's also a tribe member. Evan is a tribe member. A lot of these people you're going to see. Look at this group. So this is earlier in the morning, and everybody is amazing in this group. This group is unbelievable. Unbelievable group of people, all sharing and stopping by. Now, everyone has a tradition. Many people have a tradition when they celebrate the birthday a lot. Meaning, if you're there every year, if you're there every other year, if you're consistent in one way or another, going to Disneyland's birthday, you have a tradition. Robert Anderson's tradition is to ride the train around the park every birthday at 10 o'clock. It's a tradition he's never missed except for Pandemic Day, and he invites everyone to come along. Now, I don't go because I'm the Coke Corner facilitator. I'm always at Coke Corner making sure people get together, get a hello, get a picture, take a look at the donut, celebrate the birthday, talk about their stories of what it meant to be at Disneyland, so on, so forth. We talk of all kinds of things, though. It's not just Disneyland. We talk about movies. We talk about, toys we've seen. I think someone pulled up a Lego thing that they just bought. All kinds of cool things like that. Pins that they bought, etc., etc. Here's Evan. So now people come to Coke Corner to say hello to us, and then they go out into the park, creating their own magic. Evan Hunter is part of that magic. It's his day off right here. He is a chef over in the California Adventure Park. I told you the terrace, the Magic Key Terrace. And he came with his friend. He went and grabbed his friend, Andy, from the airport. And then the two of them toured around posing and seeing people. And then I was like the mothership. And so they came. So, of course, he's got to get his picture with Mickey on the birthday. And then this is Miss Connie Lane, ambassador, 1966 ambassador to Walt. So Connie knew Walt personally, like you have contacts, Walt contact, face to face. Used to sit up inside his apartment, and she would sit and listen to him talk about certain things that he saw while looking at the people from his apartment window. All kinds of beautiful things. Again, a tribe member. Yeah. Yeah. $5 a month. You wouldn't believe what you see when you go inside. It is absolutely amazing. So much fun. So Connie is looking at a sculpture. This is one of my sculptures. This is Tinkerbell tiptoeing across the map. You may remember it. It was released by Disney at Disneyland in 2001. Then it went for till off and on till 2005 because there's 2,500 figures that Disney produced. And she had given hers a one away. So Robert found one, but the finger was broken and it looked like the eBayer had hidden the finger. But he was like, hey, I see that the finger's missing on this one, but hey, Terry's the artist, so I can get it repaired by her. And that you may not know that if you buy any kind of sculpture from me and it breaks, just save the pictures, reach out to me, and we can repair it. And it will be as if it was never broken. So as long as you've got the pieces and stuff. Yeah. I mean, we do amazing things at TERRI HARDIN Designs. So there you go. There's my little commercial for TERRI HARDIN Designs. Anyway, look how happy she is. The gold badge is ambassador badge. And he's giving it to her, and she just loved it. And she was so touched and flattered. And this happened at Coke Corner. There she is. We're all posing for a picture, and you can see the sculpture itself. Tinkerbell tiptoeing across the map. You can find these on eBay. I'll tell you a little bit about this sculpture. This sculpture can be found, if you find one and you come across it, it originally sold at Disneyland parks various times of the year up till 2005, between 2001 and 2005, for $75. This was because I fought as a Disney artist to have something for the pass holders that didn't cost an arm and a leg. I just really didn't think that if you are super rich, you only get to have collectibles from me. And honestly, I did do stuff for the very wealthy. Disney likes to have those special one-of-a-kinds for people who have the money to spend on them, have the budget for it. But I always wanted to do something for the pass holders. And I've done Maleficent, which was offered at the Disney Villains event. And then this was a special show in August around the time of the 45th that we did. Now, if it's unsigned, it can run about anywhere from its original price, $75, to about $150. If I sign it nowadays, it can be about $300. So if you find one signed and it's a little less, grab it, guys, because, and if it's a little broken, grab it, guys, because you can talk to me about getting it fixed. But also, finally, if it's signed by myself and Margaret Carey, who was the model for Tinkerbell, many of you know this amazing woman. Margaret Carey, I don't know I'm waiting for here we go. Oh, yes, that was a good special day, wasn't it? Oh, these are great. So I'm getting pictures. One of the tribe people is showing some pictures. So I'll have to show you some of these. They're very, very cute. I'm just going to grab them. Thank you, Rose Burdine, tribe member, who's Johnny on the spot with her pictures today. I'm actually loving that she's sent these. Okay, let me just grab these two. There we go. And I'll show them to you guys. You guys will enjoy these too when I get into deep into the pictures. Okay, here we go. Anyway, so there's a couple. We'll talk about that after. Okay. So anyway, this you'll get to see those in a minute. I know you're eager. I know you're very, very eager to learn more about this. But many of us remember the 50th. Many of us remember how exciting it was, how lots of things were offered, how there was a party before and a party after. So many of us want want to create the spirit, and that's what we did at Coke Corner. We had a lot of people there having a lot of fun, and what was really touching to me is they stayed. A lot of times people use me as the mothership. They'll go off and they'll ride rides and they'll do stuff, but they came and they stayed because they love the party atmosphere, the celebratory atmosphere, everyone that was there enjoying the atmosphere. So like I told you, the Tinkerbell, let me go. Oops. Back. We'll go to this later. Go away. Thank you. Okay. So basically, that sculpture, as I started to tell you about, but then got a little sidetracked. So I'll go back to it so that we can tell you exactly what's going on here. Whoops. That's me. What the heck? It's so strange. Oh, I'm in the. No. Uh-oh. I do not know what happened here. There we go. I just tapped the wrong button. So, you got to learn how to work this thing, man. Okay, so this picture here, as I started to tell you, if the Tinkerbell is signed by Margaret Carey as well. And what happened was we had a candlelight. Candlelight is an event that happens the first weekend in December, and many of you go to that as much, if not more, than the birthday. Carolers, maybe your children have been singing in the candlelight procession. Many cast members sang in the candlelight procession. So it's fun to be a part of this, and people come early, stake out their seats, and then go and eat and go back and forth. Oh, it's a lot like the birthday if it's really rocking. So anyway, this we went to into the Disneyana store like we often do. Margaret Carey and I, who have been friends for years, and they said, Terry, because this happens, Terry, we found a vein. And like if you were digging for gold and all of a sudden you found that gold vein, this is what they're talking about, not the vein that pumps blood. But they were so excited, so thrilled. And so they said, would you sign them? And I said, of course I will. And Margaret, I invited her to sign the other side. So Margaret signs one side, I sign the other. These are very rare and extremely valuable. So if you have one in your possession, I've signed one side. It might behoove you to seek Margaret out to sign the other side. Anyway, Connie was delighted to get it. She's a lovely person, very generous with her thoughts, very generous with her sharing, and we just have a great time in the tribe. So here's another picture, and Connie's giving Evan a kiss, and we're with the amazing Oscar. Then off Connie goes to spend time with Evan. They're going to go have dinner. This is nighttime. I'm long gone by then. And then there they are posing with Mickey and Minnie again. Man, we're going backwards. I don't know what I'm doing, but it's so weird. Here's what I wanted to show you. So Connie's a very busy lady. These are all the ambassadors of Disneyland. And we got to meet every single one at Coke Corner except for the guy. He probably had stuff to do. He who knows? But we're ashamed we didn't meet him, and I'm sure he's going to have FOMO. But everyone else we met, lovely women, fabulous women, and everyone who came to Coke Corner got to not only meet the amazing Oscar, myself, the tribe, and these amazing ambassadors who are the dignitaries of Disneyland. That's what I'm going to call them. And Willie Ito. Are you saying who? Or maybe you go, Disney legend, Disney birthday boy. He's not only a Disney legend, but he was born on Disneyland's birthday, his birthday. So he shares a birthday with Disneyland. And here he is smiling. He usually goes up to Club 33 because they love having him up at Club 33 because he's such a gregarious, fun guy. He's just a great guy. And he decided to spend it with us. The man at the back over his head is Bob Burdine, who brought him, and he just didn't want to leave. In fact, I left, said goodbye, hugged everybody, and he stayed, which was adorable. So this is who you get to meet. Now, you might be saying to yourself, I don't recognize Willie Ito. That's okay. Willie is an amazing animator, and you may have heard of a film that he did some animation on called Lady and the Tramp, not the live action one, the animated one. Okay. He did the sequence where Lady and Tramp kiss, the spaghetti scene where they eat the noodle and they kiss. Our favorite scene, right? He animated it. Yeah, among other things. He's also done animation for Hanna-Barbera. Many of us are multifaceted diamonds as Disney Imagineers and Legends. and as Disney animators and legends, et cetera, right there at Coke Corners, sitting in the corner. You gotta come around and see us sometimes, guys, because this is something that happened all day. Connie brought two of her friends that she had brought down from where she lives, and they were wonderful. Everybody stayed. I also have a very, very dear friend. His name is Tex, and Tex gave out framed Disney stuff. You had to answer a question. If you answered it right, you got these really cool Disney gifts. And he said, "I want to share them with the tribe today." And the tribe and everybody that was at Coke Corner walked home with something super cool and commemorated the birthday the right way. So, what is my point of sharing this all with you today? I'm sharing it with you today because Disney may not have done the best supercalifragilistic thing for the birthday, but we did. So all you had to do was go around the court corner, see this big group of people, and look for me because I'm the most recognizable, obviously. So you go in, you come in, you do that. Cast members, custodians, everybody went to meet these people and me myself. So flattering. Those of you who are listening to this channel that I hadn't met before and you came up and you said hello and we took pictures. What a joyful day for me to meet you. I hope you will continue to do that and consider for $5 a month joining Terry's tribe because it is super cool. Now, here is Evan and Connie waving goodbye to Disneyland as they step out to go to dinner on Disneyland's birthday. Isn't that cute? I just thought that was a cute picture. So yeah, and then the rest are like repeats as I go there. So I'll look to see if there's anything else. Oh yes, there's more. I don't know why my pictures are a little bit weird because they were, they were cool and then they were weird. So what do you do with weird pictures? I don't know. Just silly. But I'll show you a few others. I wanted to show you this picture, which you're going to sit there and go, what the heck is that? So I mentioned to you one of our tribe members flew in from back east and then got COVID. This is his camera set up to take these some amazing. See, I was all set up to do this right, and it's all cattywampus. How dare you be all cattywampus? Let me just uncattywampus. Okay, that's better. There we go. Okay, goodness gracious. He took these pictures of the fireworks from his hotel room where he could not leave because he had COVID. I want you to see how amazing these photographs are. These are better than I see Disney take. I'm sorry, but they really are good photographs. They're incredible. Look at this. Yo, man. I mean, they're amazing. Just fantastic. That's my favorite. That's my favorite one. I think that one is that is a cover. Anyway, Jim Van Ostenbridge, part of Terry's tribe. He made lemonade out of lemons, which is what many of the tribe people do. It's a great group. And I know I'm a little tribe centric a bit today, but we're talking about Disneyland's birthday. We made it fun for everyone, not just me, not just them. They made it fun for everyone. So, super exciting, super wonderful, super cool. A lot of people came and took pictures with Willie. So you're going to see here a lot of people taking pictures with him because after all, super cool, right? Isn't that amazing? So you never know who you're going to meet, but what I'm going to encourage you to do, which is why I talked about it today, and then we'll go to your comments, is that I do this every year. I've been doing this every year. It wasn't as big a bash. I mean, I've had a couple where it's been pretty good, but this time it was huge bash. It was just nonstop energy, fun, joy, talking about movies, in fact, Connie got taken to this parade. There's a weird parade at Disneyland, and I don't get it. I don't understand it. It's got some weird things that go on. It's their new parade, and it's got music that doesn't match. And for me, it just was a mess. But if you go with people that love it, which Connie did, she went with Andy and with Evan, she had a great time because they were dancing, they were singing, and she kind of saw how people who sort of get that parade understood what it was about. So she really loved the parade. And my friend and tribe member Robin Cohen, Robin went to watch the parade, and there was a Disney person behind her telling people what the parade meant. Now, usually you know that when you're at a game or you're at a movie and someone's talking, it irritates you. But she was delighted to hear this person standing behind her giving play-by-play of what she was seeing in the parade. She hadn't been to Disneyland in a while, and she absolutely flipped over the parade because she loved hearing the commentary from this fella. So next time I've got to go to the parade and find someone who's going to do the commentary, and maybe I'll like it better. But super, super incredible. I think that was nice. Oscar said that he was grateful to Evan because Evan said he became a chef because Oscar inspired him. Everyone loves to hear that. We also have some pictures that I'll show you in the recents. There we go, that you will like as well. That just came to me from there we go. These just came to me from Bob and Rose Burdine. Bob's in the picture. There he is as we pose with Willie, me in my Haunted Mansion shirt. And then Willie got a birthday cake. Look at that amazing cake. Isn't that cute to celebrate his birthday? And it's nighttime. You can see behind him that the beautiful glow of the blue behind him as he celebrates. I think this is Blue Bayou at the Blue Bayou restaurant. He got this thing. He got this beautiful birthday cake. I hope he didn't eat it all by himself. And there he is. This is Scooter Wars with him and Bob Burdine, both of them in their super scooter vehicles celebrating. And then there they are. They found the magic balloon. It was a little challenging sometimes to find that balloon. I never found the balloon. So there you go. And then here we go. This happened all day as people surrounding us at Coke Corner didn't know who the heck are all these people who seem to be so joyful, happy. There's prizes, there's shaking hands, there's photographs. Who the heck are all these people? And finally, I told this little boy that Willie was the animator for Lady and the Tramp, among other things. And he went and met Willie, and Willie did a little sketch to young Daniel. So I would say to people, the opportunity is here. Now's your chance. Go. And he went and got the autograph. So that was one of the special moments for me. Thank you, Rose Burdine, for sending me that picture. I'm perfectly tickled to death about that picture. I thought it was super cute. So there you have it. Let's get your comments. But basically, the rule of thumb I want you to know is we're going to do it again. We do it every year. It's always at Coke Corner. Why? Because it's centrally located. You can find me easily. You can find them easily. And many people from the tribe, not from the tribe, but anyone who happened to happen upon us said it was the best time of their lives, which is exciting, which is lovely and great. And I do it every year. So everybody said, we should do this again next year. You bet. Just plan on the 17th joining me. That'll be the 69th year that Disneyland has been open. And then the next one will be the 70th. And hopefully by then Disney will get a clue and do something fun for everybody. Celebrate that birthday. Because it is kind of embarrassing that nobody who is a part of your company knows that date. Okay. I won't say nobody, but many did not. Now I'm 66, but all it takes is a memo. All it takes during orientation when you're training your cast members is to let them know when the birthday is. A little Disney history, if you will. But if you're not a cast member and you're coming in and you're like, what? It's the birthday. And you're celebrating your birthday on the 17th. All of a sudden you'd be like, what? Disneyland shares its birthday with me? Wow. This can be super, super, super exciting. So I encourage you to mark your calendar now for next year and come join us because it is so, so much fun. It was one of the nicest days, the best days. And for those of you who came and introduced yourself to me for the first time, thank you a million, thousand, jillion times. Thank you for coming up. When you see an opportunity, you got to grab it, guys. That's what life is. Opportunities, and the door opens for a tiny sliver. You must go through it and worry about what you're going to do on the other side when you're on the other side. Okay. Just don't miss opportunities that you have. Don't be rude. Don't be mean. Be kind. Be sweet. Be your best self. But I can't think of anybody who doesn't like to hear that you like what they're doing, that you love their body of work, that you think you're not, whatever. Just smile and be kind and say, excuse me, just wanted you to know, love your work, love your broadcast, love you, think you're cool. Can I get a picture? Whatever. Just politeness, lead with politeness and good manners, and you'll always be rewarded. If you happen to go and decide to be part of the problem, stay at home. Okay. If you're going to get angry, cranky, irritated on Disneyland's birthday, that's a day you should probably stay at home because you don't want to spoil it for yourself and others. Do you? I don't think you do. So just don't. Okay. All right. So I'm going to just talk to you. Okay. This is what happens. So if you're joining me after the broadcast, hi, how are you? Come and watch the broadcast. I'm live around 9:35. 9:35. Today was a bit later because we were really chattering about the birthday since I missed Friday. So I apologize. But I try to get in within 5 minutes. There's a lot going on, especially on Mondays. And if you are joining, just join, subscribe, please. Please, this is the free space. If you don't have the budget or you don't feel like Patreon's a good fit for you to join the tribe, then come here. I give it, and it's not the same, but it's free. Yeah. Patrons help me to do this for free, right? Hi, Terry. I don't think we expected you on Friday. Anyway, well, Joe, I love you for that. Mwah! Thank you for saying that. What is that triangle line? You got to explain it to me because it's too tiny on my screen. Good morning, everyone, says Diane. And here's Bob Burdine. Good morning, Terry and your fans, Rose, our family. Willie Ito and I want to thank you. We had such a joyful and wonderful time on Disneyland's birthday. The tribe was awesome. I want to thank you again for making the tribe a great experience. Disney fans, I did not pay him. Okay, these are the kind of people that are in that group. So you got to say to yourself, you want to try it? It's only $5 a month. Try it for a month. And if you don't like it, it's kind of like the hokey pokey. Put your left foot in, test it out. You don't like it, take your left foot out. I'm not going to be upset with you or anything. I'm going to be glad you tried it. It's kind of like I say to people, don't hate the food if you haven't tried it. Don't hate the movie if you haven't seen it. Give it a chance if you think you might like it. That's why it's at $5 a month. There are other portals that you can be involved in, and you're welcome. But I really focus on this one because I want you to test it out and see. The community seems to be the strength. I am going to work on the other ones that I offer, but right now life is a little crazy. So I always take care of that one. So just so you know. Thank you, Bob. So sweet of you. I'm at the doctor's. We'll watch later, Carla, and you're welcome to. That's the beauty of getting recorded, right? Just shared this live in my classic Disneyland and classic Disney movies. Thank you, Joe. I did take a look at that. You notice I joined, and I think I joined your classic movies. I don't know if I joined classic Disneyland yet, but I did do the classic movies because Joe is a regular here, and we love to talk classic movies. And they're not only Disney classic movies, are they, Joe? They're just movies that you love. It's like I asked people if their movie comes on, and everybody seems to stream nowadays, but if you come across a movie on a free channel, and like back in the day when it was TV, like Terry TV, but if you come across a movie in your endeavors, you're eating a sandwich or you're cleaning your house or you're going from A to Z and you come across this movie, what movie stops you in your tracks and you got to watch it? Okay. What movie just makes you stop and want to do it? And you probably have several that you like. And this is how I think Joe and I really started to get into old movies, because there's some old movies I just watch all the time, 12 Angry Men and Inherit the Wind, which is really coming into my head a lot lately. But then there's 1950s horror films, which I love, like Invasion, the original Invasion from the Body Snatchers, Kevin McCarthy, and Brain That Wouldn't Die, Brain from Planet Eris, etc., etc. Really crazy, cheesy type movies, but really wonderful. Just so much fun. Anyway, we got on that conversation and we talked about what movies would make you stop in your tracks and sit down and watch. Is it a Disney movie? Is it Star Wars? Is it a Marvel movie? Or is it a movie that nobody's thought about? Okay. One of the ways and one of the reasons you do this with people, if you love film, which I am a big film nut, is you come across movies, someone tells you about a movie you haven't heard of. So you go, oh, I haven't heard of that one. Where can I see that one? And then they'll tell you, you can see it here, you can see it here, you can see it there. It's just, the tribe is great. The tribe is just fun. But we do it here too a little bit. But that's how I met Joe, and we talked about old movies because we love black and white. Joe Penny and I, we love black and white, so we talk a lot. Sometimes we'll get into conversations about that here, but that's good. And he says we need to get you more viewers. Yes, Joe, this is so sweet of you to say this, and I really appreciate it. There are milestones in YouTube that I guess make it easier for people to find me, I guess. Honestly, I don't look at that much. I should. And in the future, I have put it on my list to work harder to market better. But the group I have here right now, I just love having you here. And hopefully, I just keep doing it over and over, being consistent. And if you find me and you like it, please subscribe and be a part of it and share with your friends. And thank you for saying that, Joe. That in itself touches my heart. I appreciate it. I don't want to be sneezed on by Bob Iger, but it is the truth, isn't it? Many of you out there that collect Disney, man, Disney just snaps their fingers and you are in that line buying it. And many of you are reselling it on eBay, so it's the rollover factor that you love. And Disney has got it going on, man. You cannot deny that. I just wish they were more responsible and did more cool stuff. Not as much junk. I'm seeing a lot of junk, which kind of sad. Right? Yeah, her. I can't afford to go to Disney anymore. Bobby, I know what you're talking about. And often, this is the one time we were in the park nonstop all day. And it's wonderful. The tribe really helps each other out. I'm not going to say too much about what happens behind the doors. It's just fun and cool. But we often, if we're going to gather, if I go to Disneyland, I let the tribe know because many live in that area. And then we try to have lunch outside of the Disney park. So those of you who it's prohibitive to go in because it's so expensive, you have the chance to get together with us and do things like the rock, paper, scissors challenge, the Rashomon challenge, stuff like that. So don't lose hope, Bobby. We let people know as much as we can. And I will let you know. And if you cite me, because I do go down there, I don't go down there a lot lately because I had a Disney deadline for me to get done. So that's why I wasn't there Friday. I pulled a couple of late nighters to get it done. And like I said, it was for a art piece that I was doing for a client who was very, very patient. And I think it's time for me to get that to him because he was so sweet in waiting for me to get it done. And now it's on its way. Yay! Makes me feel really good. Naomi, hey girl, how you doing? Bobby Snyder, neither can I. Not that it's as great as it once was, though. I enjoy remembering how cool it used to be. If they made me CEO, I would change so much. So again, if you're in the vicinity and you can make it down there, we often gather outside of the park, simply because there are many of you that are like you that do that. So I will let you know when I'm wandering downtown Disney. In fact, in many cases, like the San Diego Comic-Con seems to be, there's a lot of really fun, festive activities that happen outside of Disneyland that Downtown Disney has embraced. But currently, and I didn't go to Downtown Disney during the birthday, I just don't. But I usually stay in the park for that day. I will have to tell you that that they tend to celebrate it better than inside the park. They're celebrating it better outside the park. And many who go to the San Diego Comic Book Convention say the same thing, that the real parties are outside the park, are outside the event. So I don't know. I haven't gone in a while. I used to go to the San Diego Comic-Con as when it was about comic books. Go figure. A lot of people love it. You can just see how many people love it. If I was ever invited to be a guest, I would go. But I don't really go out of my way to go now. It's just too much, too many all at once. But I get to hear it from all y'all. So it's like I was there. So that's what we wanted to create for people. at Disneyland's birthday was posting and posting and posting so people could enjoy the experience if they couldn't make it inside. Hello, Bobberdine. Thank you. Good morning. It's story time with Terry. Hi, Joseph. Thank you for saying that. I spent a couple of hours yesterday getting some new vintage Disneyland photos online. I have over 100. Joe, that's fantastic. I'll have to go check that out. This is what was really cool. Many people like Joe posted a day at Disneyland or a day in Disneyland history. Tribe member Leo Holzer did a presentation at his Disneyana fan club. You've heard me talk about the Disneyana fan club. I usually talk mostly about the national group. They're the group that happens in May in Anaheim, and they have another one coming up in October, first weekend in October. You can go, you can hear talks, you can meet Disney legends, you can meet Disney icons, you can meet me. You can go and look at Disney merchandise that is sold to you by fans for fans. Just tons and tons and tons and tons of fun stuff. So it's super cool and exciting and wonderful, and it's nice. So someone said, I saw this, which is cute. What other one did I miss? Oh, here we go. Sorry about that. So they will ding me to let me know, to keep me real. Birthday was lightning in a bottle. It was so special at Coke Corner. Awesome, wonderful, special, and heartwarming. My family and Willie were so happy. Thank you, Terry Hardin Jackson. Bob, you're welcome, and thank you for bringing Willie. So what happened is that Willie is usually at Club 33 for his birthday. Club 33 has an open invitation to Willie to come up and celebrate his birthday, have a little birthday drink or a little coffee, tea, whatever he wants. But he chose to spend it with the tribe and our group, Bob Berdine and his lovely wife, Rose, everybody together. And that's what happens is Imagineers come. So usually Bob Gurr will make an appearance, but Bob Gurr has been very, 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 very busy lately. So I figured he was probably booked. If Margaret's in town, she comes by, Margaret Carey. Often we will see if Rick Law had been available, he comes. He's another great, fabulous person you should meet. Just anyone who meets knows me, comes by and says hello. And they're artists, illustrators, animators, legends, icons. They all show up at Coke Corner. So it's a great place to go. So if Disney forgets the birthday for the 69th birthday, you know you can salvage your trip by coming and seeing us over at Coke Corner. See what I'm trying to show you there? We don't sell nothing. We just are there to tell you stories and to share with you, a lot like here. People will ask, tell me the Ghostbusters story. Tell me a story about Ghostbusters. I love that movie. Tell me a story about Michael Jackson. You did Captain EO. Tell me a story about Disneyland. Tell me a story about hitting Michael Eisner in the head. I actually did. And all this kind of stuff. Okay. So the stories go. That's what I'm there for, is all those stories. So sorry about that, Bob. And thank you, Rose, for letting me know. All righty. And we got that one from Joe, which was lovely. They should hire you to do an announcement at the park. You have a very commanding voice. Thank you, Joe. Very, very nice. I just wish I had a horn, If the birthday is depressing you, come to Coke Corner for fun, entertainment, and joy. Yeah. It's just it's so true. We were oblivious to all the negativity. I'm serious, guys. Oblivious. We were oblivious, man. Thank you, Joe. That's sweet of you. Hey, Terry and friends. Can't stick around because I'm at the office. Well, Angie, I'm glad you popped in to say hi. And also let me know if you're going to be there. Angie's let me know that she's coming to Disneyland. She has to remind me like every 5 minutes because my mind is like, blah, 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 but keep doing it. I'll do my best. New glasses. They look cool. Thank you, Joe. Yes, they are. The other ones were heavy. And whenever I looked down, the plastic just doesn't retain your head very well. I was constantly getting them retightened because I'm abusive with glasses. So these are lighter and they stay on my face. That's one thing about glasses. They need to stay on your face if they're going to help you. Thank you, Joe. That's sweet of you. The work always interrupts my social life. I know, doggone it, but you got to eat. So I'm here. You can always watch it later. I heard about those Mickey donuts, like $8 for one. Phew, I think it was closer to 7, but you could be right, Joe. They were. And people thanked us all day for posting on Facebook and Instagram, and maybe someone did YouTube. I know I didn't. The signal at Disneyland just sucks. So I really love when people are able to get posts through. But yeah, they came and they said, I got my donut. They would come and show you the donut. I got my donut. Thank you for sharing. You know, so we did our best. Everybody, Johnny on the spot, trying to make sure you had a joyful birthday if we had anything to do about it. Oscar never gets back to me about the recipe, but it's no big deal. They will. I really think that Oscar now has more of a presence on social media, but he was surprised at how many people came to take pictures with him, over 50 pictures. So you had custodians, security guards, chefs, ambassadors, plaids, everybody came to take pictures with him. It was unbelievable. And I was glad that they did, because Oscar gets very emotional when he talks, because he's so touched that people even remember him. So it's always wonderful when he comes and spends time with me, because I'd love to see how it just shines in people's faces when they get to meet the amazing Oscar Martinez. So I'm glad that those of you who got a picture with them did, and display it proudly and share it with people, because he's so wonderful. Wow, they threw away Oscar's pictures. That's seriously disrespectful. Joe, it's just that there's places that didn't want to acknowledge him anymore, and I don't know what that mindset is. I don't get it. Luckily, Chris, who is an amazing master chef who just retired within the last year or two, amazing fellow, he took it out, had it framed, and gave it to Oscar, and it's with Oscar at least. But it really should be there. Actually, they should have a table, or a plaque that actually celebrates him, because he was the one that he put Carnation on the map. You went because you wanted to possibly catch a glimpse of him, and the food was just fantastic. A great breakfast. I always went there for breakfast, and I would always try and make it around, because he was always kind of floating around 10, around their break time. So I always tried to do it around then so we could say hello to him. And it was always an honor to know him. I go, I know him. It was good. And so, look around. He does go to Disneyland sometimes. Don't be shy. Remember what I said about opportunities. You step right up. You can ask his wife, I'd like to take a picture with him. I'd like to be introduced with him. If you're super shy to introduce yourself, she's amazing. So just enjoy yourself. Good morning. Man, I miss living close to Disneyland, says Michael, so I could go anytime. Seeing a smile, your Cheshire Cat personality, LOL. Yes, and Michael, plan for the birthday next time. We'd love to see you. Right? Love to see you. Naomi says, sorry I missed this event. Might be there for Disneyland on Sunday, October 8th. Still trying to work it out. And if you are, let me know, because I will work it out too. There's a very, very good chance that Sunday the 8th, I may not be available, because I think that's a Disney Anna Day at the Disney Anna event that's a few miles away. So maybe you could swing by there and say hello. And then on your way to Disneyland, Naomi, it would be great to see you. I know everybody would like to see you. Love the photo of the three of you. Yeah, there's so many great. And here she is, Miss June. There she is. Oscar and I are watching. Okay. But seriously, Oscar sat there and told me he didn't know if people remembered him. He took over 50 pictures, stayed with us at Coke Corner for over 4 hours. And then finally, his wife, June, came up and said, I think you should eat. So I said, your wife's the boss, right? He said, yes. I said, the boss says it's time for you to go have something to drink and eat. And he hydrated. We all hydrated. It was a horrible hot day that day. Blech. No air moving. But evening cooled off beautifully. And Oscar took off, and everybody waved goodbye, and everybody wished him well. And I'm sure after he got a meal, he probably wanted to, kind of chill and do other stuff, which was great, because he was with me for like 4 hours at the Coke Corner. Willie Ito was there longer than me. He was like, pass the baton to Bob, Rose, and Willie, and they all did their thing, and then they went over and celebrated his birthday at the Bayou. It's really, come on. All I have to do is tell you I was the great facilitator. I just said, do you know this person? Do you know what he did? Do you know what she did? Do you know what they did? And it was really fun. And then people go, well, you're kind of famous too, right? I go, yeah, kind of. Hi, Tim Gillette. So Tim Gillette, if you ever want to do a YouTube channel, you want to be on social media, you're shy or whatever, this is the man. Google his name, and he does presentations weekly. He also has a mastermind group, of which I'm a member of and very proud of. But lately, Wednesdays have been my difficult days. So this time, the next 2 will be difficult. So I don't know if I'll get to see you, but I'm there in spirit. I will email and text you if I can, so that you can know what's happening with me, and then I can keep, I love this group. It's a great group, and it's one that talks about how I can better do my channel. Some of the things I might do, some of the things I might say, some of, me constantly telling you about my Patreon page is something that Tim Gillette suggested that I do, because I used to just talk about it at the front. And okay, good. Talk about it at the front and not talk about it at the end. And Tim Gillette suggested that I let you know about the page and Terry's Tribe throughout, which is why you're hearing it. And I want you to not think of it like a commercial, thank you, Tim Gillette, but to think of it as an opportunity to get with like-minded people and have a good day. If the world is getting you down, you need to be in Terry's Tribe. It's only $5 a month. Put a jar by your door and throw a quarter in it. 30 quarters is what? You have an extra $1, don't you? If I'm doing the math right. But the point is it's $5 a month. Why do I do that? Because you have to have skin in the game, gang. To have something special, you have to put skin in the game. This is great. I do this channel. The tribe enables me to do this for you. But if you really want to get down to the nitty-gritty of the fun stuff, it's on my Patreon page, Terry's Tribe, patreon.com/Terri Hardin. That's where it is, right? And that is, you do your $5, I show up. Okay? And I show up in a different way, a good, happy, joyful way, but it's different than this. Okay? Just saying, if you don't have the budget for it, you have this. We want you to have a bed of feathers in 2 places, right? But if you really want to get some good stuff and really want to have some fun stuff, then join the tribe. That's why I keep it at $5 a month, not a day, a month. Because I want you to be able to throw a quarter in a jar, and at the end of the month, have the chance to be a part of the tribe if you want. And again, like I said, treat it like of the hokey pokey. Put your right foot in, and if you like it, stay, or put your right foot out. Do it. I don't take it personally. I don't. I get it, and it's fun. It's great. Love to have you. Thank you, Tim. Good to see you, man. And I'm sorry I haven't been to the mastermind, because if you had seen you'd ring a bell, ding, ding, ding. And now in this corner, Terry, and in the other corner, the entire hospital system that I was fighting for my father. I won't get into it. I'm going to keep you joyful, but I've been a very busy girl. Yep, that's for sure. I need one of those cool scooters to go zipping around on. I'm telling you, they're also cute. Okay. For Bob Gurr, for instance, not only has a scooter, but he's designing a new one because he's Bob Gurr. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, every time you ride the monorail or you see an Utopia car, or there used to be my favorite, the flying saucers, Bob was at the root of it. Okay. Bob Gurr, the engineer extraordinaire, just amazing guy. Disney legend, gregarious, wonderful guy. He's designed his own scooter. And coming soon. He also has a Patreon page. I haven't seen it or been on it yet. Like I said, very busy. But that's something else you can check out too. Yep. Good morning, Terry. I have to duck in and duck out because of work, but thanks for sharing pictures from the anniversary. Anytime, Paul. Now, Paul is a lovely guy. Paul loves trains. Paul is also an integral part of the National Disneyland Fan Club. Now, I don't know if they consider themselves national, but all clubs kind of convene 2 times a year. One is in May, and the other, which you've missed, obviously, but October is the next one. So the next one's coming up first week in October. So mark your calendars. And I think a little birdie told me that they're going to do Sunday the same. So I think it's the 8th, that Sunday. And because Naomi said she was thinking of coming on the 8th. I think that's a Sunday. If that's a Sunday, but Sunday, that's free. You can get into the show and sale event that they have for free. So keep your eyes open, tune here, come visit me often because I'm always talking about it. I always have a table there. And you can come and say hello to me at my table and talk to me and get something signed if you want. We do charge for our signatures. Every single person who is an artist, a sculptor, et cetera, we charge for our signatures. Why? Because we're a group. We formed our, we're all a group. So we support each other to not charge undercuts the others. And we don't want to do that. So there you go. That's the skinny. Paul Schnoblin, Donald Duck, says Joe. Hello, Joseph. I only attended the big 50th anniversary as part of a limited package sold by Disney Event Services where we had breakfast on the riverboat before the park opened and had reserved a spot for the ceremony in front of the castle. This is one of my greatest memories at Disneyland. But you didn't get to ride that riverboat, did you? Because a lot of people who were there were told that security wouldn't allow them on the riverboat for breakfast. So I don't know if you actually ate on it. You might have got to ride it later, but you didn't get to eat on it. That was that was something that they did enjoy getting front row seats. So I'm sure you enjoyed the front row seats, but yeah, it was kind of a debacle, kind of a mess up on the park's part. But there was a kicking party over at the California Adventure Park the night before. So it was cool. But Joe, yes, I'm glad you enjoyed it. It is very, very fun. Joe says you should change the sorting order of the photos on your computer so they're not weird. I did, but the computer decided to do more. So, it does what it wants to do. I'll go and fix it. It does what it wants to do. Remember, I'm a unicorn, so magic happens all the time. And somebody in my iPad decided I needed to have my pictures jumbled. It's okay. I can work with it. You should share these photos here on Facebook in a post on your profile. Some I will. Some I will share. Not all. All of them are in the tribe, on the tribe page. But I might share a few teasers later. Yeah, because that's the way it works. June says the beautiful photos at night, they were spectacular. Night was great, wasn't it? Amazing. Amazing. I think I have a squirrel that used my air conditioner as a launch point. I just heard him. But sorry, it startled me a little bit. But yeah, June, you're right. I mean, the night is gorgeous. And of course, my friend, Jim is an amazing photographer to begin with. He always sends me a very special calendar that he creates. And, but when he was stuck with COVID, when he finally, that was the last day was like the next day, like Tuesday was his 5th day or the day after the 5th day for COVID. But he put that camera up at his window. Thank goodness they gave him, they were sweet enough to give him the fireworks side so he could see it, being stuck in the hotel room. I mean, that, it could have been a real drag, but we all came together to make him feel like he was a part of it, even though he was stuck in the hotel room. And we wanted to do that with everyone, as many as we could. But it's a great idea. Thank you. And thank you, June. Great idea, Joe. Stephen, how are you? Wasn't able to make it. I have spent other years with Yuriko Corner in the place to be sorry to miss you. Yes, because another great photographer is Stephen Russo. He's usually the one that people hire to take photos on a lot of these things. And it's usually great to see him. But there was stuff. It was Monday. Monday's not an easy day to celebrate a birthday. I'm just going to tell you. Monday's Monday. Monday has its own agenda. I've said this before. So I missed you, Stephen, a lot. And yes, you have. It's always been fun. And I'm sorry you didn't get the opportunity to meet some of these folks. But I'm going to start revving it up early. I'm going to start talking to y'all in May and June, maybe even April to say, let's get ready for the birthday, whatever, because it's fun. It's super fun. Hello, Randy. I hope I can make it to Coke Corner Disneyland's birthday this year. I hope so too, my Tiggerific friend. I would love to have you. You know that. Stepping away for a few minutes, be right back. Susan says, I have spent a few birthdays at the table with you. You have, Susan, you have. Always a magic moment, memory. Oscar was still cooking. Absolutely, Susan. Can you imagine someone thinking that when he goes to Disneyland, he's not remembered after what he did for the park? I think this is one of the things that irks many of us who have made Disneyland a go-to place for so many years. We remember the first day we went. We remember special days that we went. And we remember going to Carnation and hoping we had an Oscar Martinez sighting. To hear this man say that he doesn't think he's that remembered, how lovely was it? What an honor it was for me to bring them together. I mean, there were cast members behind us that were too shy to come and say hello to him. So I set these two chairs up, set him down, and went, you over there, get over here, and call people over. Shake this man's hand. He's dying to meet you as much as you want to meet him. And they were just so, some of them he recognized because he had worked with them for so long. He was there when Walt was Walt. Very special to Walt was Oscar Martinez. So for someone to feel like they're being forgotten, not acceptable on my watch. Okay? Not acceptable. You need to be sure and have the opportunity to meet people like these. And at Coke Corner, I made it a mission for you to meet them because you need to know who you're sitting with. Okay? Opportunity opens the door just a little bit. And you want to go through it and meet those people and say, hey. And if you don't know their story, say, you obviously important. I've been watching you take 50 pictures. Can you tell me about yourself? Or can someone tell me about him? Because a lot of times these folks go, well, I used to be master chef of Carnation or the master chef of everyone, which he did as well. But sometimes they don't. So they allow us to tell our stories that have Oscar included or Willie included or Connie Lane included, right? Or myself included. I, as you've noticed, have no problem telling stories about myself and others. This is what I do well. So I exercise it, okay? To sit here and play overly modest is inauthentic for me. Okay, you have to be your own best cheerleader. I tend to take it to the next level, but you have to be your own best cheerleader. Bob Gurr and I are very similar in this respect. But if you're a shyer person like Oscar or Willie, then it's up to us to share with you who they are. We just take it on because we want you to know. We don't want you to miss standing next to a diamond because some diamonds are more secret, right? Some diamonds are, you don't want to. I was sitting next to that guy the whole time. He never said who he was. No, it's up to you to go through that door, right? Yeah. It's just really fun. Connie says she had the best Disneyland birthday ever because of me. I thank you, and I am grateful that you came, and I love the two ladies that you were with. They were joyful. They were also Energizer bunnies, but I think you said this, Connie, that when you walk through the gates of Disneyland, you drop 20 years. Didn't you say that? I think Connie said something like that. You become 20 years younger just by going through the gates at Disneyland. And that is Disney magic. If you allow it to happen in your body, in your soul, you will be 20 years younger when you walk through those gates. Now, if your kids, don't fear, you don't get like unborn, all right? You already know the magic of Disneyland. It's just that adults need a little coaxing. You know what I mean? So we're there to help you get there if you do that, okay? Yeah. And we talk about everything. Some people are Disney obsessive, okay? But many, if you ask them, what else do you like? Let's take Evan, who works at Disneyland and California Adventure. He's a cast member. And he loves Disneyland. I mean, him and his friend Andy are Disney nuts. They love it. They do voices, all different character voices, most of the time while you're present. And they are amazing. But they also like, if you ask them, Evan, what else do you like? Evan is an amazing cook. He loves to cook. He's a chef. He makes amazing food and shares it with us often. He also likes VHS cassettes. Okay. If it hadn't been for Evan telling me that's what he collects, I would have thrown many of mine out. But instead, I had him take a look at a few. I didn't have many, but he loves the VHS cassettes and he has a player and he loves to watch them. If they're super collectible, he doesn't. Like many of you, your super collection, you're like with the white gloves. We get that. But all kinds of VHS. All right. So you just got to ask the question, because you will find they like other stuff as well. Yeah. It's cool. It's really cool. Really fun. I saw Willie eat. I saw that Willie Eat will be at the Disneyland on Saturday, October 7th. Will you be there for both Saturday and Sunday, Terry? I think so, Naomi. Absolutely. Sometimes Saturday I go if they need me. Okay. One of the things that is lovely about National Disneyland Fan Club is they're getting momentum, right, Paul? They are building momentum. I mean, last show was it blew the doors off. It was so cool. There were so many cool things to see that your eyes start being like, the Cheshire Cat, because there was so much to see, so many cool things. A lot of cosplayers go there, a lot of Star Wars, Marvel, Disney people, all kinds of cool stuff. And you find bargains. One of my favorite characters from Disney lore, Pixar lore, et cetera, is Edna E from The Incredibles. I was sitting across from a doll the last time, and I kept waiting for her to be bought. And she kept saying, I'm not going to be bought. Darling, I'm not going to be bought because you are the one that should be buying me. Come over. And I didn't, because I was at my table. But she stayed there the whole time. And then when I found out how much she was only $10. So I grabbed her before I even thought about it. And now she's here overseeing my costuming, etc. So on and so forth. Yeah, she's, so you can find bargains too. I have an incredible bargain story I'll tell you at another time. But ask me about involving Tinkerbell on the map and you'll just like go, what? Yeah, never do that again. Find out about the pieces that you're selling. Don't just pop them on eBay and do a little non-story, because sometimes the story is what sells when you're trying to differentiate yourself from everybody else that's selling it. Yep, that's the way it works. I am good. Thank you, Mike. Great to see you. Bob Berdine says, whoa, you know our deal. I have to fulfill my quota and I don't get paid. So it's true. We were all in our bubble of friendship. Yeah, it was just so much fun. And you can recognize Bob Berdine pretty easily. He has these amazing hats and they're all autographed by people. You can get creative with what you have autographed. And Bob loves these 10-gallon type hats. And we all draw pictures and sign them. He gets a hat and people sign them. And he's got quite a collection now. Very beautiful. And we can always recognize him because he's got that big hat on. So it's really cool. It's very, very cool. His hat, here he is in his hat right here. And this is a new one. If I zoom in, you can see that there's some little, you can't really see this camera, but there's some little illustrations on it. But seriously, yep, that's how you find him out. And usually is wearing a fabulous Disney type shirt. Him and his wife usually match. Him and Rose, very cute. I think his whole family should match one day. Just a hint, Bob. Like your son and your daughter and everybody wears Yoda shirts. I don't know. I just think that would be cool. I don't know that was the best choice to do on such a hot day, but you looked cool. You looked wonderful. Hello, Crumpet Puppet Troop. Hey, Terry, been literally forever since I joined one of those. LOL, have you been? Yes, and you should come because we've been great. I mean, it's been interesting, right? It's been interesting. Hi, Karen. How are your parents doing? Hanging in there. My dad is doing better, so he's at the place where he should be. Took everything, all my bone, all my blood, all my sinew to get him where I needed him to be, but I did it. I did it, so never give up. If you are the bulldog for your parents or for someone you love, and there are times You will go down for the count. A couple weeks ago, that was me, exhausted. Just one more thing I wanted to do. One more thing I knew I needed to do. What was I leaving undone? Going, please, I don't know what else to do. And then I just kept fighting and do that. If you're the bulldog, be the bulldog. It's very important. Thank you for asking, Mike. My first time celebrating Disneyland's birthday and to spend it with you was wonderful. Thanks for the magical memories. You got it, my darling. You got it. In fact, we came across pastime Terry's Tribe member Savannah Newton. And Savannah is amazing because she looks like a Disney princess and she sounds like a Disney princess. And it's just wonderful to talk to her. You will feel like you are in an animated movie when you talk to her. And she came and she brought her friends and they took pictures with Oscar. But when she talks, it's surreal because it's like a real Disney character come to life. I don't know why that Disney has not grabbed her and had her do voiceovers for the movies or asked her to be a Disney princess, because her voice is her natural Disney princess voice. She sounds like I think she sounds more like Snow. She doesn't look a lot like Snow White, but she sounds like Snow White. You know how Snow White has that really little song in my heart. I can't even do it because my voice is alto, but she does it without effort. I should ever sing that song, and you guys hear it because her voice. Wow, it is. It's charming. It's charming. It's a lovely, charming little voice. There are challenges for her, she said, though, with that voice, because people got to. She wants to be serious. She gets upset and she wants to be serious. She has this really cute, sweet voice, and it's hard for her to sound angry because it's this beautiful princess voice. Yeah, Savannah Newton. She's lovely. Anyway, she came by to see me, and it was great to see her. So no longer a part of the tribe, but always a part of my heart. Yep. Mm-hmm. Connie, you are right. 20 years younger, and the permission to heal yourself. I'm going to leave this up here for a bit. I want you to read that a little bit, because that is exactly. Connie is so spot on. All right. Many of us who have been Disney past, Disney close to present, and now Disney present. And if you're one of these people where your heart is just broken because you feel like you're being abused because of some of these behaviors that are happening from people like Bob Iger saying things he really shouldn't. He should be thinking, not speaking. But the point is that you start to your faith slips, and then you go and you get with people like we were at Coke Corner, and you're ready to go again, and that's what's lovely. That's what's really special. That's what's special about the tribe, guys. That's all I'm saying. Don't miss your opportunities. Joseph said, and thank you, Connie. Forgive me. Thank you for that statement, because you're absolutely right. Joseph says, Oscar's really special legend in Disneyland. I've only had the opportunity to meet him a few times through the years, but he will never be forgotten by those who know or had the chance to meet him. And this is what I'm talking about. Good for you, Joseph. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Sometimes when you are away from something and you hope that they remember you. I mean, they had a huge article. He was on the cover of Disney Magazine. And yet people don't remember. But let's not worry about those who don't. Let's celebrate those who do. And let's point out so many who do. So this is why, it's like if you have a YouTube channel or you have a Facebook page and you say something and someone, it goes. And then somebody says something nasty to you in a comment. Just delete it. Or ignore it. Don't even answer it, because there are people out there that are there to be mean. Don't get in these tongue lashing fights, these scratch, whatever. Don't do that, because it's going to make you sad. It's like you guys get all this good praise, and then somebody says something nasty to you, and that's what you dwell on. Don't do that. Because you don't know what's happening in that person's life who gave you the snarky comment. You know what I mean? They might be having just a crap day, or be a professional snark. Snark. You know, you're going to hear me snark, okay? But I'm going to tell you why I'm snarking, and it's not personal to you. All right? I don't like the live action films that Disney is producing. This is very clear on this channel. But I love you if you love them. If you love them, you have a right to love them. You understand? I'm not saying you're bad for loving them, okay? I'm saying they're not my cup of tea. And some of them I hate. Like the first Maleficent. The only thing good about the first Maleficent is Angelina Jolie. She looks amazing. But that movie, I will not watch ever again. It was so anti-Disney, and things happened in that movie I never thought I would see on a Disney film, and I hope I never see again. My personal opinion. Because if you haven't looked, this is my channel. Da, 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 which means I'm going to tell you my opinion. You don't have to agree. But if you disagree, don't get personal. That's not kosher. You do not attack the person for them and their opinion. And I don't care what it is. This upsets me more than anything. It's very close to those of you who don't know cursive. But I digress. This is very important for you to understand. You do not get angry at the person for their opinion. You just say, I disagree. And then you get into a yummy debate, because some of the time those yummy debates will be good. And sometimes certain things, there's a reason, guys, that the sort of overall rule in the universe is you never discuss religion and politics. There's a reason for that. Because it can make you angry, it can make you upset, and you're not going to change your mind. You're not going to change it. No way is a person who feels one way going to change a person who feels another way. You understand what I'm saying? So I avoid that at all costs, with the exception of that flag ceremony, because that was personal to me. Jamie, a wonderful person in the tribe who I have come to care for very much. I love her. I love her family, whom I never met. This was the first time I got to meet her daughter, and I cannot remember the daughter's name because for some reason it doesn't roll off my tongue well enough. It will. But that young lady still was nothing less. Me and names, there's a lot of names that come across me. So I say, remind me of your name. Remind me of your name. If I look at you and I go, will you please remind me of your name again? This is because I meet a lot of people. And I'm someone who knows your face, but may not recall your name. So don't be offended. It's not because you aren't special. It's just that I'm fortunate enough to meet a lot of special people like you. Okay? So, and why am I going off on this tangent? It's just that in the world, I see so much anger and hate. And it's sad to me. You know, I see a lot of entitlement, especially when I drive. People who just believe that the road was made for them and they don't care who else is on it. You know, I am not used to seeing people on my freeway, even in California, stop on the freeway, back up to get off the off-ramp. Just don't understand this. It doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. That is an entitled person. The road isn't for me. So I'm going to stop on the freeway, people going 65, many of you going faster, back up and get that off-ramp. Just go to the next one. But anyway, this is my point. I can't believe it, Joseph, what popped up. But it's just that when I saw that people, you know, that Oscar felt like he was forgotten, this was upsetting for me. Because I get excited every time he comes to see me. He makes an effort. I say, are you going to Disneyland? He said, I can, or I'm busy, but we'll meet there. And it's just so exciting because he was a part of my Disney. He is a part of my Disney group, and he's a part of my Disney experience, and he's a major icon. He's someone that made my day extra special. Breakfast is my favorite meal of the day. And when Oscar was there, anytime I was in the park, I wanted to eat at his main spot, which was Carnation. So I will never forget him. And I don't like it when others do, or that you make this person feel like they're not remembered. Enough said. Hi, David. I was with you when that happened. Yeah, baby. I remember. I remember. You're so right. At Bernie's celebration of life, I was talking to Eric Goldberg. Oh, yes, yes. I remember you told me the story, Eric. What a love. And another guy, and Willie Ito asked me if I had him sign my hat. I said no because I didn't know him. According to Willie, he was a very good animator. Oops. Oh, and I tell you about Eric Roberson. He's off and doing amazing things now on his own. He was living in Hawaii for a while, and I'm not sure where he lives now. But Eric has been a very good friend of mine for a long time. We haven't seen each other in a while, but really good friends. Quite a dynamic person. If you saw back in the day of Disney, when the Disney Gallery existed, Eric did the 100 Mickeys. Do you remember the 100 Mickeys? He said it nearly put him in the hospital, actually. But he did 100 Mickeys. He said he was digging in the trash for Mickey sketches he had done in order to do 100 Mickeys. Disney commissioned Eric Roberson to do the 100 Mickey event. Now, it was for something. I can't remember what that was. I just remember that poor Eric was going crazy. And it was around the time his first son was born. So he had a lot going on. Those of you with children and it's your first, your hands are full. And there he was doing that. In fact, he was invited by the Disney Fan Club years ago to speak to the National Disney Fan Club, and he didn't want to. At this point, Rebecca Mosley, I think, was the president. I mean, this goes back a little bit. She's forgive me. I'm vapor locking, but they have a wonderful podcast / radio / and I'll remember it in a minute. You guys will remember what it is. It's just not going in my head. But she was president. She's a lovely woman. And she called me and said, Terry, we'd like to have Eric speak. You're his friend. Can you call him up and maybe talk him into speaking to us at the Disney Fan Club? So I said, sure. And I called him up and I said, Eric, you get the wrong idea about these folks. You gotta go and talk to him. And he said, why? Now sometimes a fan event can be very scary for someone who they like. Okay. So many celebrities will, no, I'm not so sure I want to do that. They have hair glued to their chest and say they're Darth Vader's love child. They're not all that person. They're just, and especially the Disney people are just joyful. So I said, you don't have to give them your address and phone number, although they would like that. You just need to talk about things in your life that are special to you, and they'll hang on every word. I'll never forget the first time I spoke to the Disney Fan Club, which was way back in the early 90s, because I had just become an Imagineer in 87. And I think my first one was 90. Something like that. Anyway, the year doesn't really matter. It's the people. And I thought they'd want to know about how I created certain art pieces, how I went for the A to Z as an Imagineer. And they enjoyed that. What they really wanted to know was what made Terry tick. What was it that made Terry love Disney to venture out to be a Disney Imagineer? How did she get there? What did it feel like, et cetera, et cetera? What makes you tick? For one thing, I'm half Black. So many are asking me, what is that like in a world of woke? It's interesting, I can tell you. But the point is they wanted to know more of you. And I said to Eric, talk about how you felt. What did you paint when you heard? Because he's a painter, an exquisite painter and illustrator. What did you feel? And he's an Imagineer. So we were the Mutt and Jeff of Imagineering. We were always getting into trouble. But I said to Eric, what did you paint? Or what did you feel? Or what were you painting when your wife came in and told you she was pregnant with your first son? Those are the stories that you as Disney fans absolutely hang on to. You love this stuff. And I think it's precious about you. And this is what I told him. And I said, if you share your heart with these fans, they will reward you by buying anything and everything you ever do. and they are lovely, and you are lovely, and Eric really, real. I'm sorry I missed that celebration of life because I have not seen Eric in a long time. He's a very, very special guy. He's like me. We don't really have strong catalytic converters on our mouth, so we were always saying certain things that would irritate us. Or, that zinger would come out, slam. Not at each other, but just yeah. Can you imagine why they're doing this? What the heck are they doing this for? Stuff like that. It was really fun, but he's really super great. He did end up doing that Disneyana event and sold out of everything he had. He called me back and said, my God, these people are amazing. But you don't know what you don't know. So sometimes I will facilitate for you to meet someone. And other times I will facilitate Imagineers to understand why they want to put themselves out and speak to you and shake your hand and take pictures with you. Because many may not know. Many may be reserved. Many may be quiet. Many baby special, and then make it about all points that are them. A great Bill Farmer story is when I first met Bill Farmer, the voice of Goofy. He was sitting at a table at a national convention and was talking, and I met his son. And his son and I had so much in common that we were talking so much we had to leave the room. Because we were distracting people from talking to Bill, who was the subject. But his son is amazing. Bill was really touched that I spent time with his son. Bill, too. It's not like, go away, Bill, I want to talk to your son. It's just that I noticed he had family there. Sometimes family is pushed to the background. So I went and introduced myself and chatted away with them while Bill was doing his thing. And his son always came back with him, with his dad. And his dad wants his son to be a part of it. But sometimes when you're in the background, you don't want to be, you want to be, and they'll include you, but they have to focus on it, because to speak at a group of all of you and tell you stories and stuff, it's not natural and it's not simple. As simple as I'm making it sound, this is because I'm a natural performer, but not everybody is like me. There are more shy people. Okay. But to encourage them to come out and talk. So I don't think that's Eric. It might have been Eric. But at one point, and this was when the gallery was upstairs, this is when the 100 Mickeys was happening, he actually did 2 or 3 live demos at Disneyland of his Mickeys. So he would do like Mickey 98 or Mickey 65 or whatever. And he'd paint. So yeah, he's quite a guy, Bob. Quite a guy. I hope you get to see him again soon. And next time, Willie should introduce you. Those who know should introduce the opportunity. But that's exactly what I'm talking about. Joe says, Cowboy Bob Burdine, he's younger than I thought he was. Yeah, because he's at Disneyland. Gail Barbie, how are you? Thank you. I miss you. We need to have lunch. We need to do lunch, Sweet Pea. I keep saying that. But my friend, her friend, Bruce Lanoyle, he and I have been trying to do lunch for weeks. And it's just this situation with my parents. I just got to be Johnny. I got to be boots on the ground all the time. And it will literally do a shot across the bow sometimes. And I got to catch it and do it. So love on me and know that you're in my heart. Thank you. You're my favorite. You're my favorite, Joe, says Bob. Oscar is adorable. I'm so glad to have met him and his lovely wife, June. I know, right? Fun. Joe says, I've been hearing that. Partly as a result of the strikes and current productions being delayed, Disney will be re-releasing a few of the classic animated films in theaters, namely Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, 1937, Bambi, 1942. Bambi's my favorite, by the way. Dumbo, the original, which is lovely. Cinderella, I forgot which. Has anyone else heard this? Is this correct, or is it just a rumor? It probably will happen, Joe, depending on how long they have to wait. The Haunted Mansion premiere, they switched out the actors and put characters. Did you hear about that? So they did the red carpet over by the Haunted Mansion, but they used Disney characters because the actors would and could not show. Yeah, I suggest you just don't go to a movie theater. Let people know you're not going to go to a movie theater until actors and writers get, they sit back down at the table and get something done right. They really insulted many actors at the Screen Actors Guild, and I did explain this but they want, it has to do with AI a lot. And to tell you something, it has to do with AI, and we're not privy to the negotiations. Okay, I'm a member of SAG. We're not privy to the negotiations, but they kind of want to use our image without paying us for it. That, in a nutshell, seems to be the thorn in the lion's paw of us. So one way to do it is to not go to a movie theater. Not streaming doesn't really work because there's tons of streaming content. You know how when you say you're going to stop a streaming channel and they go, well, you have till the end of the month. So it's kind of like, a gunshot that happens like a couple weeks later. Does it really help? But if you don't go to theaters and don't see the movies, boycott it, right? This is my sister who suggested this, and I think it's pretty brilliant. If you boycott it, then it may not be a blockbuster summer hit, but it will be a blockbuster, because as soon as these people negotiate and settle with actors and writers, you all go to the movies again, you'll make it as popular as it ever was, right? Because that's you have the power. Did you not think you had the power? This is one way you can have the power, in my opinion. That's my opinion. Again, my opinion, right? Right. Is he a tall guy, wears glasses? I think he was the guy. He was wearing cargo shorts. He went up on stage and talked about his time with Bernie, and they were friends. The reason brought this up was your observation about standing and talking to a diamond. Yeah, that he always loved cargo shorts. Yeah, he always did. And he gets tired of artists who are lazy. This is one of the things I think we bonded on. There was a particular artist that was doing work at the time. We were at a Disneyland convention. We did the Disneyland convention together, the last one in 2001. And we, there was this artist, and you guys collected him, and so flippin' lazy, just a real, Eric could not tolerate this guy. Just you could just tell. And his face, he's not a good poker player. He might be better now. But he was like, I just got a kick out of him. But he was a prankster. He likes to pull pranks. He likes to prank. And probably because I'm a great person to prank is how I don't know. We're just friends, and he's cool. And cargo shorts, yes, absolutely, says Gail Barbie. All right, guys, I wanted to go just a little under 2 hours for you because this birthday thing is very special. And I want you to remember, if you're next to a diamond, you won't know until you start to ask people. Staying with your cliques is great, but getting out and talking to people is also great when you're in a group. That's why I always invite you to Coke Corner, because I want to meet you, and I'd love for you to meet me and some of my friends I've spoken about today. It's a great opportunity. It's so different from D23, which if you watch my channel, you know how I feel about D23. Not good. Okay. I don't think they run it well. I think they're mean, but that's what I think. Okay. And many people you stand in line to see come by my booth and say hello to me and stay and talk with you and me. So you look to see if I have a table or I'm going to be at a table, and then you hang out, the Lopez brothers, basketball players, tall, couple of two tall oaks of people, really good friends, really lovely people. And whenever they see me, they stop what they're doing and they come up and say hello. This is an honor for me. And they say it's an honor for them too. So I was at a Mice Chat booth, and at a D23, I think 2019 was the last one. I don't know. I don't remember. But anyway, I was at a Mice Chat booth with Dusty, and they were looking at the Disney Family Museum when he turned and saw me. And he had people following him, like sort of like if you've ever seen Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown has that Pigpen kid, and he's got that dust following him. Well, people were following Robin Lopez like dust. They were just all around trying to get up the gumption to say hello. And I just did this to him. And he jumped up. He ran over and gave me a big hug and spun me around. It was lovely to see him. And then Robin Lopez was standing there, and people in the Mice Chat booth got super shy. One in particular, an author, he leaned over and whispered, "Do you think I could get a picture?" And I was like, "Yeah, I think you can get a picture." But he was about, he must have been about 50 years old, and he shrank down to like 5 years old. And then I said, "Robin, would you take a picture with him? He's a super big fan." "Of course." Robin said, "Of course." So, lovely people. You just never know. People come to say hi to me all the time because I'm just a gregarious, quirky individual. And I like to talk to people and hear their stories as well as tell you stories. So that is the watchword for you. If there's someone you admire and you care about and you have the opportunity to tell them how you feel, time it. Remember, manners are important. Okay. But you can always just walk up and say, "Excuse me, forgive me for interrupting. Dolly Parton, I just want to tell you how much I love your work and how what a blessing it is to have you in my life, even though I don't know you personally." I don't know anybody who's not going to love that. Okay? I just don't know. I love it all the time. So I can't imagine anybody. You can't be so high on the celebrity totem pole that you're going to be mean to people. If you are, you won't be up there for very long. But don't say hi in a urinal. That's icky. That's creepy. Don't in a bathroom stall. Wait till they come out. And then, usually bathrooms have one door. So wait till they come out. Just gently walk up to them and say, "Excuse me. Just wanted to tell you I love your work." Many of you tell me you see George Lucas. Why aren't you going up and talking to George Lucas? If Star Wars is your jam, why aren't you going up and saying, "Hey, George, can I shake your hand, or can I just tell you how great, or can I get a quick shot because you changed my life, your movies?" So there it is. Naomi says, "Glad I could catch you today. I'm glad you did too. Thank you, Naomi, and keep me posted on when you're going to be in town." See you next Monday, Mike Pruitt. See you next Monday, everybody. Do something nice for someone else. It'll make you feel a whole lot better. Mwah. Hugs, kisses, and guess what? Bye for now.